Well, here we are with a new mom, baby number 4, baby Micah, also known as Jelly Bean. Anyway, Miss Odume is here with her husband, new dad.
Hello.
And I'm going to ask mom and dad some questions. Just 3 simple questions about shared decision making. One question is, what does shared decision making mean to you?
I think having a question or an inkling about something and being able to have a full conversation with your provider and them not kind of blowing you off in the first 2 minutes of your doctor's appointment, but really kind of fully helping you to understand what it is that you're feeling. Even if you don't fully understand what it is that you want to know, being able to get that information without feeling like you're wasting somebody's time.
Right.
I think that's really important.
I would agree with you, having said that.
Mm-hmm.
Second question is, I guess without revealing too much, could you share some examples of shared decision making with your pregnancy journey?
Absolutely. I think for all 4 of my children, my biggest thing is having a relationship with the provider. So especially if it's a group, I really value being able to see the same person during my appointments. I may not see them in the delivery room, but just being able to have, not to have to introduce myself all the time or to feel like this person is not hearing me. I like to build a relationship, and I love that the practices that I've been a part of really help me with that, enable me to develop a relationship and feel comfortable and not just being like, well, who's on the schedule is who you're going to see, and you don't have a choice. I think that's super important. Also, 2 pregnancies or 1 pregnancy ago, I was going to have a C-section because my placenta covered my cervix, and I had to change doctors, and it was like, you're gonna have a C-section, and it was already a predetermined decision when I switched. But being with Dr. Boots Taylor, he was like really calm about it and was like, I mean, as long as you get 2 centimeters over, we'll be good to go. I'll get that baby out. But anybody else would have been like, nah, you about to have a C-section, and I'm not even going to check anymore, but you're just going to have the C-section. So I think that helping to allay my fears of being cut open, but not making it seem like I was venom for even suggesting that there was another option from just having a C-section and not even trying.
I'm going to call that empowerment.
Yes. I love that there are doctors, they're rare and you have to really search them out. I love that there are doctors who help you to feel empowered and not just feel like, even though you are paying, you don't have a choice and a voice. Like, I am XYZ years old and I'm paying you, but you're telling me what it is and what it's not going to be. And I don't think that's appropriate. I think especially if you are paying your hard-earned dollars to someone outside of your home, then you should feel that you have the power and authority to make decisions that are important and right for your family. So I love that.
Wonderful, as described. Then my last question is, what do you think shared decision making would do for other mothers in different situations?
I honestly, I hear so many stories of people not getting their imagined birth sequence, and sometimes it's because they're emergencies, but a lot of times it's because doctors are inflexible and unreasonable. And it's really kind of a horrifying thing to know that your body, your baby's life, and possibly your life are not in your control. And so I think having even just a little bit of education about many things, I think will enable each mom to say, I don't have to take this. I don't have to take this, and you're going to listen to me. And even if it ends up being your professional opinion after we decide and have a dialogue, I'll listen to that, but you are not going to pretend as if my thoughts, emotions, and money is invalid. And so I think that's really important for even just having a simple tiny seed of information based on what you're interested in helps to change a whole ball game.
Right.
And I think everybody should know a little bit of something about what they're trying to get into, especially when it comes into bringing something that's so miraculous and beautiful into the world. You spent 40 weeks on this.
Yeah. Micah lifted his head up when you said miraculous.
Right. This thing is beautiful.
Well, I'm going to ask Dad one question to complete this narrative. How do you feel shared decision making impacted your birth journeys?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is my wife taking that interest in thinking outside the box, right? Because when I look at this, as a male, all I know is what you see, what popular culture is a C-section, epidural, just get it over with, right? But I'm taken aback by the fact that she takes a found interest in, life, whether it's vaccines or whatever. I mean, you have to do the work to know, the facts and whatever, and then make that, try to make the right decision, right? And so for me, I think that's the biggest thing, because if you don't have that that gumption or that willingness to go find out, that there's something else out there, then you don't know about the shared decision. But once you know that there's other things out there, then I think that's when you can now take advantage of shared decision, right? So I think it's really empowering women and educating that they're be willing to listen to other things, right? Not just what the popular culture is all saying.
Yeah, sharing the information and making some choices.
Sure.
I agree.
Sure.
Well, beautiful family. I'm glad you were able to participate, and hopefully this information will help other families and mothers make great choices for themselves. Once again, baby Micah resting in heaven right there. Easy street. Beautiful.